Welcome back to the days. Today we will learn about the shocking developments surrounding Brady Black's future and the dangerous secret that threatens to tear his family apart. In the upcoming episodes of Salem's most dramatic saga, viewers will witness a series of life-altering decisions that could reshape the Black family dynamics forever. Marlena's desperate warning to Brady. The legendary Dr. Marlena Evans finds herself in an impossible position as she carries the devastating knowledge that young Rachel Black was the one who pulled the trigger on E.J. DiMera. This earth-shattering secret weighs heavily on Marlena's conscience, creating an internal battle between her professional ethics and her protective instincts as a grandmother. The renowned psychiatrist, who has witnessed countless traumas throughout her career in Salem, recognizes that Rachel's actions stem from deep psychological wounds that require immediate and careful attention. Marlena's warning to Brady becomes increasingly urgent as she observes the mounting pressure on the young girl. The doctor understands that Rachel's fragile mental state could deteriorate rapidly if the truth about her shooting EJ comes to light prematurely. Her concern extends beyond just protecting Rachel from legal consequences. She fears for the child's psychological well-being and the potential for further violent outbursts if her trauma remains unaddressed. The cryptic nature of Marlena's warnings reflects her delicate position in this dangerous game of secrets. She cannot reveal the full truth to Brady without violating the trust Rachel has placed in her. Yet she desperately needs Brady to understand the gravity of the situation. This creates a tension-filled dynamic where Marlena must communicate the urgency of protecting Rachel without explicitly stating why such protection is necessary. The burden of Rachel's dark secret. Rachel Black's transformation from an innocent child into someone capable of attempted murder represents one of the most shocking character developments in recent days of our lives' history. The young girl's decision to shoot E.J. DiMera was not a moment of childish impulse, but rather the culmination of deep-seated anger and trauma that has been building within her for months. Her resentment toward E.J. stems from his role in separating her from her beloved grandmother, Rachel Blake, whom E.J. sent away to prevent her testimony against him. The psychological complexity of Rachel's situation becomes even more disturbing when considering her calculated approach to the shooting. Evidence suggests that she may have deliberately attempted to frame her cousin Johnny DiMera for the crime, demonstrating a level of manipulation that rivals even the most seasoned Salem schemers. This revelation paints Rachel not as a traumatized child acting out, but as someone who has inherited the DiMera family's capacity for revenge and strategic thinking. Marlena's professional assessment reveals that Rachel may be suffering from dissociative amnesia, a condition that allows her to compartmentalize her traumatic actions while maintaining a facade of normalcy. This psychological defense mechanism makes Rachel particularly dangerous, as she may not fully comprehend the severity of her actions or feel appropriate remorse for nearly killing EJ. The combination of her young age and sophisticated understanding of manipulation creates a volatile situation that could explode at any moment. Brady's career crossroads. As the weight of family secrets and mounting pressures in Salem begin to take their toll, Brady Black finds himself questioning every aspect of his current life trajectory. The successful businessman, who has built his career in the corporate world, suddenly feels disconnected from his professional pursuits as family crises demand more of his attention and emotional energy. This internal conflict leads Brady to contemplate a dramatic career change that would align more closely with his family's investigative legacy. The inspiration for Brady's potential career pivot comes directly from observing his stepfather, John Black, whose work at the Black Patch Detective Agency has proven both fulfilling and financially successful. Brady admires John's ability to help people while maintaining the flexibility to prioritize family emergencies when they arise. The detective work appeals to Brady's desire for more meaningful professional engagement, especially as he witnesses the complex web of secrets and lies that continuously threaten Salem's residents. Brady's consideration of joining Black Patch represents more than just a career change. It symbolizes his commitment to becoming more actively involved in protecting his family and community. The timing of this potential transition is particularly significant, as it coincides with his growing awareness that Rachel needs constant protection and guidance. A career in private investigation would provide Brady with the skills and resources necessary to better safeguard his daughter while contributing to Salem's ongoing battle against criminal activity. The protective father's dilemma. Brady's relationship with Rachel has always been complicated by the circumstances of her conception and the ongoing custody battles with Kristen DiMera. However, the current situation presents challenges that go far beyond typical co-parenting disputes. As Marlena's warnings become more frequent and urgent, Brady begins to sense that his daughter is harboring secrets that could have devastating consequences for their entire family. The protective instincts that drive Brady's consideration of a career change also manifest in his increased vigilance regarding Rachel's daily activities and emotional state. He notices subtle changes in her behavior, moments of anxiety, unexpected mood swings, and a tendency to withdraw when certain topics arise in conversation. These observations, combined with Marlena's cryptic warnings, create a growing sense of unease that something significant is being hidden from him. Brady's challenge lies in balancing his desire to protect Rachel with his need to understand the true nature of the threats she faces. Without knowing that Rachel was EJ's shooter, Brady cannot fully appreciate the complexity of the situation or take appropriate protective measures. This knowledge gap places both father and daughter in a precarious position where well-intentioned actions could inadvertently expose dangerous truths. The ripple effects throughout Salem. The secret surrounding Rachel's actions creates a network of tension that extends far beyond the immediate black family circle. EJ DiMera's recovery and return to his position of power in Salem's business and political landscape means that any revelation about his young attacker could trigger a cascade of retribution that would threaten multiple families. The DiMera family's reputation for swift and brutal revenge makes Rachel's secret exponentially more dangerous with each passing day. Kristen DiMera's involvement in covering up her daughter's crime adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Her fierce maternal instincts drive her to protect Rachel at any cost, but her methods and connections to Salem's criminal underworld could ultimately expose Rachel to even greater dangers. The ongoing investigation into EJ's shooting continues to generate pressure that could eventually force the truth into the open, regardless of how many people work to keep it buried. The broader Salem community remains unaware of the true identity of EJ's shooter, but the continued speculation and investigation create an atmosphere of suspicion and uncertainty that affects everyone. Friends and family members find themselves questioning long-held assumptions about loyalty and trust, as the search for answers reveals uncomfortable truths about the lengths people will go to protect their loved ones. As Brady stands at this crucial crossroads in his life, the decisions he makes in the coming weeks will determine not only his professional future but also his family's safety and stability. The convergence of Marlena's warnings, Rachel's dangerous secret, and Brady's growing awareness that drastic changes are necessary creates a perfect storm of drama that promises to reshape the black family's destiny forever. Whether Brady's potential career change will provide the skills and opportunities needed to navigate these treacherous waters remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the status quo is no longer sustainable for any of them. Part 2. We turn our attention to one of Salem's most beloved younger characters, a man whose story has been filled with love, loss, and resilience, Theo Carver. While he may not always appear on screen, Theo's legacy and presence in Salem are never forgotten. This week, Theo makes his return to the canvas, now played by Tyler Joseph Andrews, and longtime viewers are reminded just how deeply his story is woven into the fabric of both the Carver and DiMera families. For those who have watched from the beginning, Theo's life has been marked by both triumphs and tragedies. Let's take a detailed journey through his past and reflect on what makes him such a vital part of the Days of Our Lives universe. Theo's origins in Salem. A life shaped by family and loss. Theo Carver was born into two of Salem's most prominent families. His father is Abe Carver, James Reynolds, a man of integrity who has long been the moral compass of Salem, serving as police commissioner, mayor, and a devoted friend to many. His mother was Lexi Carver, Renee Jones, daughter of the formidable Stefano DiMera. This gave Theo a unique heritage, half Carver, half DiMera, which positioned him between two very different worlds, one of light and one of shadow. Theo's childhood was deeply marked by tragedy. In 2012, when he was still very young, his mother Lexi lost her battle with cancer. Her death left an irreplaceable void in his life. For viewers, watching little Theo grieve reminded us of our own losses, making his journey especially poignant. Abe stepped up as a single father, pouring his love into raising Theo and ensuring his son always felt supported, despite the heartbreak of losing a mother. One of the defining aspects of Theo's character is his autism, which the writers chose to portray with honesty and care. His challenges and strengths gave audiences a meaningful look into what it means to live with autism in a world that often doesn't fully understand. Through Theo, viewers saw the importance of patience, empathy, and acceptance. His storyline provided not just drama but also education, giving visibility to experiences many families face in real life. Growing up in Salem, friends who became family. As Theo grew older, he formed lasting friendships with Salem's younger generation. He shared strong bonds with Sierra Brady, Victoria Conifal, and Claire Brady, two women whose lives became deeply intertwined with his. These relationships became cornerstones of his teenage years and set the stage for emotional, sometimes complicated, storylines. Theo's friendship with Sierra blossomed into something more complicated over time. When they were young, it was pure loyalty and closeness, but as they matured, feelings of romance began to surface. At the same time, Theo developed strong ties with Claire, creating the type of love triangle that Days fans know and love. This triangle not only gave Theo more screen time but also showcased his sensitive heart, as he struggled to balance friendship and romantic affection. Ultimately, Sierra chose Ben Weston, Robert Scott Wilson, whose turbulent romance with her became one of the most talked about pairings of recent years. But Theo's loyalty to Sierra never wavered. Even when he was heartbroken, he stood by her, offering his friendship and understanding. That loyalty became a defining quality of Theo's character. The ability to put others first, even when it meant personal sacrifice. The Amnesia storyline, Theo's heartbreak and growth. One of Theo's most dramatic storylines came in 2021, when Sierra suffered amnesia and forgot her love for Ben. During this vulnerable time, Theo and Sierra grew closer, and the two even became engaged. For a brief moment, it seemed that Theo might finally find lasting happiness with her. But, as longtime fans know, love in Salem is never simple. When Sierra regained her memories of Ben, everything changed. She realized her heart still belonged to him, and Theo had to face the painful truth. With grace and maturity, he stepped aside. This was one of Theo's most powerful moments, as he showed viewers that real love sometimes means letting go. His quiet dignity in the face of heartbreak reminded us all of the strength it takes to respect someone else's choice, even when it breaks your own heart. Theo's place in the Carver and DiMera legacies. Theo may not be on screen as often as some of Salem's other characters, but his family connections ensure that his presence is always felt. As the son of Abe and Lexi, he represents both the best of Salem's history and the continuing drama of the DiMera dynasty. Abe Carver's devotion to his son remains one of the most consistent and moving aspects of the show. Their father-son bond is a source of inspiration, showing how love can endure even through loss and challenge. On the DiMera side, Theo's bloodline connects him to one of the most powerful and infamous families in Salem's history. Even if he doesn't embrace the darker side of that heritage, his connection ensures that he will always be part of the larger story. Theo's recent appearances and what's next. Theo's last major appearance was in 2023, when he returned briefly to visit his family. Since then, he has been absent from the canvas, but his story has never felt truly closed. Now, in 2025, Theo is back in Salem, with Tyler Joseph Andrews stepping into the role. For fans, this return raises exciting questions. Will Theo play a part in the ongoing struggles between the DiMeras? Will he continue to support his father, Abe, as he faces new challenges? Or will his story take him into unexpected new romances, perhaps finally allowing him to step out of Sierra's shadow and find love that is truly his own? With Salem's unpredictable twists and turns, one thing is certain: Theo Carver's journey is far from over. Why Theo's story matters. For those of us who have watched Days of Our Lives for decades, Theo represents the next generation while still carrying the weight of the past. His life touches on universal themes: the loss of a parent, the challenges of growing up different, the joy of friendship, and the heartbreak of unrequited love. Through Theo, viewers have seen a character who embodies resilience, empathy, and growth. As he returns to Salem, longtime fans can't help but wonder what lies ahead. Will Theo finally find lasting happiness? Or will he, like so many in Salem, be pulled back into the whirlwind of family drama and unexpected romance? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. His place in the heart of Salem and in the hearts of viewers is secure.